Hi, my name is Joshua Hall, and I am in Dr. Strange's EDM 310 class at the University of South Alabama. This is my final reflection video project to reflect back on how I've grown as a person and what I've learned over the course of taking this class this semester. Um, I'm actually not an education major, I'm an exercise science major. So, as far as taking the class for educational purposes go, it was an elective for me. And since I'm not actually going to be a teacher, I'm not going to use a lot of the materials that were presented in that class as resources. But I did learn a lot, and it was a fun experience. And I enjoyed taking it this semester. Um, my two favorite things about the class were using Twitter and maintaining a blog. And I actually already had a blog on Blogger, and I've been a user of Twitter before I started taking this class, but I never thought about using them professionally as tools. And I feel like I've grown in that way of how learning how to utilize technology for personal development and as a professional tool to help me in the future. And I'll continue to use Twitter to connect with other people in my field and in the medical field and exercise science field. And I actually plan on starting a new blog after the semester to take place with my EDM 310 blog, where I focus more on health and on exercise objectives. Uh, I also learned a great deal from the podcast, and I think I could use that in my field as well. Use those as motivators and make my own podcast to use as motivators for potential clients and how to explain things to them, how to explain certain exercises or certain movements. So if they ever forget or have trouble with anything, they can just put those on their iPod and they can help them through lifting sessions or strength training sessions or aerobic sessions or anything that they may have problems with. And also, it would be cool to infuse those kind of technologies with the music and make a good workout mix for them. But I've learned a lot from using that and a lot from using the technology that Doctor Strange has assigned that we get familiar with. And while it's not directly applicable to my major as far as being an education class, there are a lot of things that I could take from the class, like that Blogger and like Twitter, and just apply in different ways for my own, or to apply that will make sense for my own major. Um, the only negative thing I would have to say about the class is, and it's not so much negative as it applies to the class directly, but it does take up a lot of time. So you need to make sure, if you're going to take this class in the future, that you have good time management skills and you don't wait till the last minute to do everything. And personally, just what I didn't like being an exercise major, I like being very active, and I'm a very active person. And the amount of time you have to dedicate to this class, I felt took away from my personal time to do activities. And I mean, I still got all my work done, that wasn't a problem. And I still made time to do the activities that I wanted to do and work out and exercise and do all that just because it's important to me. But there's some give and take in everything, of course. And for this class, all the time that it took to be on the internet and doing all of the projects and doing all the posts and all the reading that you had to do to keep up with everything, it took away from my time that I like to use for other personal computer time. You know, I like to browse internet websites, like to read psych articles and read a lot of medical journals and things like that. But it was harder to find time to squeeze in sessions like that on the internet when I had so much online homework to do for this class. So that's not really a problem. It just kind of goes against my philosophy as an exercise science major. And while I understand that technology very is very good and there's a lot of great potential that can come from using it in education, my philosophy and stance as far as my major goes and like what we preach and advocate, I'd actually like to get more away from technology and more into the world to do, physical activities to make you feel better, get your body better, get in shape, as there's an epidemic of obesity and overweightness in this country. But I feel like technology can also be used to help that along. Um, Overall, I was very pleased with the course. I'm glad I took it. I learned a lot from it, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Dr. Strange. He's a good teacher, and I like that he preaches that you need to teach yourself and go through a learning process on your own, and not just have that burnt back knowledge, because that's true not only in this course but in everything in life. So that's really important, and that's one thing I'll definitely keep with me, and I'll continue to be a lifelong learner.